Howdy tubers, welcome back to the Zach Life. So this is going to be a multi-part kind of 2-video thing I'm fixing to put out here. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to talk about, I got this old Suburban we're sitting in, this 85 Suburban, and then I've got a trailer that I think is probably neater than my rock crawler itself to haul the rock crawler behind this thing. I've also got another trailer. When I originally built all this, designed it and thought it through, it was actually a double trailer, and the back trailer is a tent trailer sitting right over there. I'm going to show it to you. I set this up to haul, pull double trailers. I don't think I'm actually going to hook that trailer up. I might do a video about it later because it's really kind of a neat deal. But I'd like to just show you it and kind of how it went along with everything, sort of make it make sense. But anyway, this video is going to be the old crawler hauler, my Suburban and the trailer. And then I'm going to have a video, you probably see it if you're looking at this one. I'm going to release them both at the same time. That's going to be the new crawler hauler that's going behind the motorhome. I've already started it. I'm about probably a fourth of the way finished with the trailer. I don't know, it's hard to guess. But the video you're going to see is actually just me kind of explaining what it is and how it's going to work. The first video is done, but I'm not going to release it till next week. I'm going to try to have like 4 videos in a row. I've kind of got a head start on that, and then hopefully at the end of the 4th video it'll be completely finished and painted and everything. But anyway, we're sitting here in my old Suburban. I bought this thing I think in 2014, but it might have been 15. I should have looked. It's a 1985 C20 Suburban. It's got a 454 turbo 400 transmission. It's got 85,169 original miles on it. I had found the original owner. I didn't find him. I figured out who he was. He's passed away. He was 65 years old in 1985, and he bought this in 85. Bought it new. He actually bought it in November 84. And I assume, I don't have any idea, I assume him and his wife probably pulled a camper trailer with it after he retired. Anyway, he passed away in 2000, and he had in the glove box, every time he changed the oil in it, up until maybe 99, and it had, I think it had 63,000 miles on it in 2000. I should have dug it out and looked. It's wrote in the back of the owner's manual. But anyway, he passed away in 2000. It was sold the next year to a guy that I bought it from. I'm the third owner. And he said he purchased it just to pull the engine and transmission out of. He was going to put it in a 57 Chevrolet pickup. And he said, it was too nice to cut up, and I went back and forth on it. And ultimately, it just sat in his shop for like 14 or 15 years. And he never drove it. And you could tell, like the tags, I think, went out in 2003 or something. I don't remember. Anyway, it had a set of tires on it that looked new, that was rotted completely off of it. You could tell it had been sitting 20 years. And anyway, when I bought it, he put a couple of thousand miles on it. I think he said he took it on a couple of fishing trips with his kid or something. But I have put about 20,000 miles on it in what is that, 6 years? We usually take a couple of trips to Colorado in it. This is what we always go on vacation. It's old, but it's, it doesn't have that many miles on it. It doesn't usually give us any trouble. And it's kind of a head turner. You pull up in something this old. Anyway, I'm going to take your camera off the stand here and kind of walk you around, show you a little bit. We'll come back to it. I want to kind of give you some specifics, just show you under the hood and a few things. And then we're going to go talk about the trailer, hook onto the trailer, and then we're going to load the rock crawler on the trailer and probably go for a drive. Not going to go far. May just running around the block or something. Anyway, let's jump out and take a look at this thing. So anyway, here it is. We'll start under the hood. It's an all original. Almost everything is just like it was. The old original steel fuel line to the fuel pump, and it's missing this hose here. I had a thing rigged up I didn't really like, but it's got, when I bought it, the air conditioner still worked. This is remanufactured for General Motors. I bet this was put on at the dealership. It is still R12. I don't have a set of R12 gauges. I put these little adapters to use 134 gauges, but it is still an all original R12. I had to top it off. It was a little bit low, though it actually did work when I bought it. But there's not much going on under here. It's like I said, it's pretty much all original. Good old big block Chevrolet. So it's kind of a mess. You'll have to excuse the dirt and stuff in the floor. But it's all in pretty good shape. The dash has got a couple of cracks in it, like most of them did. But all the gauges work. Factory tachometer. All the door panels and stuff are in good shape. All the electric locks work. The seats are in great shape. It's just a that's actually Texaco's bed from when I ran him in. It's just a 2-seat Suburban. It doesn't have a place to put a back seat back here. It's got rear air. The rear air works. Of course, the front air works. It's got an old, what is that, 22 channel CB in it. One of the old hydraulic brake controllers that actually hooks up to the brake system. Anyway, that's about it. We'll come back to this when we actually run it down the road. So a very quick overview of this trailer. I've got a winch that runs. This winch cable runs through this block and back up here through the tongue to a pulley that's in the tongue and dead ends right here. And when you let the winch off, that'll let the hitch go up. The same way back here, this is sort of an equalizer. These cables come back down through this and up to the axle. The pins are out. I'll show you the pins in a minute. But when you let this cable down, then the frame of the trailer will lay flat on the ground to load the rock crawler. So the Suburban, when we hook it up, it's actually got 12 volts. It'll plug in right here. This is the winch controls. So I got a spot here. I can set 2 of these batteries. I just drop this in there just temporary to help run the winch. It will work off just the plug, the big plug that's on the Suburban, but it's really slow. It'll barely pick itself up. But anyway, I got a spot for 2 batteries here. You can switch between the 2, and then I've got a big extension cord you can plug between here and the crawler, or here in the Suburban, or jump something off, whatever you need to do. You can plug everything together. So here's the tent trailer. This thing opens like that and makes a big clamshell, and it's got a mechanism that erects in it, and you pull the tent over it. I'll kind of show all that later. I just want to show the overview. You can put all your junk in here and lock it up. Anyway, you can set a battery, one of those batteries right here, and it hooks up to have lights or whatever you need inside the tent. It's got cigarette lighter plugs inside for 12 volts. It's got reverse lights you can turn on here. That's actually hooked up with the reverse lights in the plug. When you put the car in reverse, it lights up these little peripheral lights that are under here. Anyway, it's got quite a bit of suspension, like 12 inches of suspension travel. Anyway, pretty straightforward, but I would pull this behind the rock crawler that's on that other trailer. Let's go load everything up. Alright, so if you remember the rock crawler video, this switch via radio control actually works the trailer. And so we start loading this with the trailer in the most upright position, just like it is right there. The suspension and the chains hold it down and forward so that it can't move back. At this point, I'll operate the winch and pick it all up. Now then, I've got 3 pins. One here. One goes right there. Last, right there. At this point, you can take the load off the winch. So now there's no weight actually on the winch going down the road. They're in desperate need of lubrication. Unlock the hub so that if you come into a parking lot or whatever, the suspension is still active, the tire can still go up and it still roll. The other thing you got to do is plug the lights in. This makes the lights on the rock crawler work with the lights on the Suburban, just like that. Let's go for a ride. That. Well, that's all, folks. I appreciate you watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good things. And watch the other video I put out. The next video, I put them out at the same time, but the other video, I should say, is about the new crawler hauler that's going to go behind the motorhome. Anyway, if you got time, go check it out. Appreciate it. Catch you later.